Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to play with Charlotte Tilbury's new cream bronzers. I have two shades here. These are the Beautiful Skin Sun Kiss Glow Bronzer for both face and body. They are huge. I'm sure if you've seen any review on these from other content creators, that's probably the first comment they're going to make, because I was like, wow. They're like, I know I said this in a haul video, they're like sun disc or like a CD. So I picked up two shades. Number one, Fair. Let me show that to you guys. And number two, Medium. There are 4 shades total. It goes to 3 and 4. 4 is deep, and then number 3 is 10. On the Charlotte Tilbury website, shade number 1 and 4 are sold out, but these are also available at Sephora, so I will have a link below to both, whichever you prefer to purchase these from if you're interested. I already have makeup done, so we're going to apply these bronzers on top of everything. So the makeup is set already too. And with cream bronzers, depending on the shade, I shouldn't even say that. I actually don't have that much experience with cream bronzers, but the ones that I do have, the two, seriously, just the two. One I use specifically underneath because I use it for contouring, and the other I use it on top. We will do some comparisons at the end here. Those will be quick because I just don't have that many cream bronzers. I do have powder bronzers that I'll also take out because if there's any shade similarities, I definitely want to show that to you guys as well. Let me go ahead and swatch number 1 in Fair. Go back in for a second application. These feel very creamy to the touch. And number 2, Medium. They also look delicious. I mean, this looks like some seriously delicious milk chocolate. In the haul video where I first talked about these and showed them to you guys, I did say that this is going to be the bronzer for warming the complexion, and this is going to be the contour. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. The brush I'm using for all over contour, because it's a cream product, I'm going to go with brushes that can be used for creams and liquids. The first set of brushes that come to mind is going to be from Sonia G's Fusion set. I have here the Jumbo Base from her Fusion set, and then the Mini Base from her Keyaki set. So the Keyaki set is discontinued. I don't think she'll be bringing it back. These were limited edition holiday releases, although it was available for a good amount of time before it finally sold out. But the good news is you can get this same brush in the Fusion set. So these are size-wise, they're exactly the same, the brush head. There's going to be some difference in the way they look because these are handcrafted, but these are, all 3 of these are made with a combination of synthetic fibers and natural hairs. I'm going to use this for contouring, these areas here, more refined areas or smaller areas, and this for warming the complexion overall. So I'm actually going to go into 1 and just apply them, or apply it onto areas that I want to add some color and warmth. And I'm going in very light-handed. I think the brush did a good job picking the product up. So here is number 1 applied all over the face. I think it did do a good job in warming the complexion. I focused on just these areas here on both sides. I did a little bit around the nose, but we're going to go back in with contouring, shade number 2, for a more dramatic effect. And then I'm actually going to take Sonia G's Worker Fan Brush from her Sky Face set to help me blend out that cream bronzer. Because of the shape, it's really great for this area right here. And then I'm going to go back in just very lightly. These are made up of undyed goat hair, so they can be used for creams and liquids as well. It's not typically what I do, but I don't mind occasionally dabbing this into a cream product if there's a need for it. So that's very, very light contouring, and I'm interested in being a little bit more dramatic because we're going into bronzer today, and I'm actually gonna use this brush directly onto, dabbing it directly onto the bronzer, and we're gonna do this. Just more drama, and also on the jawline. I'm gonna use the mini base to buff it out a bit. This is with some contouring done. I did go back for a second application. I am not sure shade number 2 medium is actually right for me. Looking at it like this, I think being that it's much warmer and redder than number 1, I thought, yeah, that'd be a good contour shade. But now that I'm using it, I'm not 100% certain. I think it does give a contour effect, but not what I had imagined. I think for how much product I use, I feel like I should have gone a little bit more. It could be something maybe with my skin tone that doesn't quite jive with shade number 2. I definitely need to try it out again, but shade number 1 I can confirm it works great for me. It looks like it's also buildable, so throughout the summer, as I get more sun and more color on my complexion, I know I can go back to this. The one thing with the Charlotte Tilbury bronzers, whether it's these new ones or what she already released previously, is that there's such a gap between the different numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like looking at them, you're like, well, I think a lot of people can use them, but there's just such a gap, and I think a lot of people just will fall through those gaps. That's the feeling I'm getting. So let me take out some of the other two cream bronzer products that I have for comparisons, and then I'll include the powder products as well. The first product I want to show you guys is from NARS. It's the Multiple. This is in the shade Altai. It is discontinued. It's a great contour shade for me. I'm just gonna do that so you see. It's actually quite old, this product. When I found out they discontinued it, I went and got an extra one, and then I didn't go back to it as I moved on to like more powder products. But this shade here, it's excellent. It works really well with my skin tone, but look how much redder it is compared to number 2. And I would say this, because I mostly wore it underneath my setting powder, I would say I didn't have any issues with it, but it's not a direct comparison with how I use the Charlotte Tilbury because it's on top. What's notable about both NARS and Charlotte Tilbury is that the product sinks into your skin. I have no trouble blending it. I think it looks really beautiful. It doesn't look like it's gonna, you know, separate from my skin, although I'll pay attention to that throughout the day. But I think here, this is the more effective contour. It's definitely too deep for all over kind of bronzer, but for contour, I think it's excellent. The other bronzing product I have here is quite different than what I've shown you so far because it's from Tower 28. It's their Bronzino in the shade West Coast. You'll see what I mean in a sec. It's got a metallic finish, And I don't use it all over the face. You can, but I just don't want that kind of metallic finish. I typically use it around this area here, and then I pop blush on top of it, which is like a nice effect. I really prefer, when it comes to bronzers, something that is matte or with a light shimmer and sheen to it. And when I think of light shimmer and sheen, I immediately think about the Chantecaille Real Bronze. I have both shades. We have Serena and Goya. These are beautiful. So this is Serena. And I find it similar to number 1. And I use it mostly for just warming the complexion. It does have a sheen to it. And then we have here Goya, which is the shade I use for contouring. And Goya, as you can see, is notably much redder than number 2 medium. And for the last comparison, I have from Victoria Beckham, the matte bronzing brick in 02. Comes in 2 shades. This one I use for contouring, and you guys know it. This one for kind of all over complexion, warming the complexion. So this shade here, the name is Soleil. And it is actually lighter than Charlotte Tilbury's number 1 and also Serena from Chantecaille. And the shade next to it is Honey. While this is also lighter than the other contour shades we see here, including Charlotte Tilbury's number 2, it is also on the redder side, redder than number 2 from Charlotte Tilbury. So those are all my comparisons, really not that many, but hopefully it gives you guys an idea. I think from this exercise, this comparison exercise, I've really come to understand that what works for my skin tone is something that has more red when it comes to contouring, and for all over complexion or just warming the complexion lightly, it's going to be something that is lighter, almost with like kind of a little bit of a gray undertone. Let me know below what you guys think of these bronzers. They feel great. They feel great when I swatch them, and then as I was blending them into the skin. I will have to watch out to see how it sits for the rest of the day. I don't expect it to budge. I mean, there's some serious skincare and claims to the product just from this. So it boosts hydration, and skin appears smoother. It's humidity proof, sweat proof. In this climate, I will definitely need that. We'll put it to the test over the summer. And I just haven't heard any other content creators that I've watched have anything bad to say about this. I think Angela Van Rose did a comparison of these bronzers to the Chanel ones, and I think she said the quality is there as well. So far it's been really good. I really enjoy it. I just know the shade number 2 is not for me, so I'll probably be returning that one, but I'll keep number 1 for sure. If you've watched the end, you're new to the channel, welcome. Subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and ring the bell to get notified every time new content is released. I review a lot of luxury makeup, luxury skincare, clean beauty, and luxury handbags. See you guys in the next one. Bye.